Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a very highly anticipated release by the house of Ralph Lauren, POLO Red Parfum. Now, I don't know why this was necessarily so highly anticipated because there are literally a million. It seems like a million different flankers, but I got a lot of requests in my comment sections to give my thoughts and to do a review of this. So I ran out to Ulta as soon as it was available, picked up a bottle. I have some strong opinions, so let's get into it with the note breakdown just to start out, and I'm going to spray it. I will say, for some reason, this is like a very aesthetic ASMR glass bottle. For some reason, it's extra clinky. So this fragrance opens up with bergamot and blood orange, oof, and some pink pepper with a mid of absinthe, which I hope I'm saying that right. Absinthe, with some lavender and orris, with a base of apopanox, musk, and cedar. I know that the biggest complaint about this release was that, I don't know, it seems to be like a theme going on. First, it was Givenchy releasing a new line, releasing a new flanker in the gentleman line with no iris. So now it seems like Ralph Lauren is releasing a Polo Red without the famous cranberry or coffee. Some people are very upset about that. And another thing that I saw a lot online is that people compare this to Ultra Male a lot, and I get that. In the opening, it opens very sweet and fruity. Honestly, the opening is not, I don't have any issue with the opening, but if I wait 2 minutes, that's when I'm gonna start having some problems with this. Okay, so the opening is, even now, it's been maybe 30 seconds, it's already starting to change. The opening is very quick and it immediately goes into this mid that is just horrendous. I'm sorry. I am going to rip this fragrance apart. I'm sorry. I do not like this at all. I'll just say it up front. It goes from this like decent, okay, fruity, typical opening to immediately going into this really chemical, synthetic mess. It's just a mess. This fragrance is just, it's a disaster, guys. Really headache inducing. There's something, I don't know if it's just a really, really fat dose of pepper in this, but it makes your nose tingle like the whole time, the whole life of this fragrance. Every time that I smell it, every moment that I'm smelling it, I smell pepper. It makes my nose really tingle and it's just really off-putting. And on the skin as well. Like I tested this on the skin earlier today, which I'll say absolutely horrible performance on this on the skin. I was really surprised at how poor the performance was on the skin just based off of how strong and pungent this thing is right in the opening. Like it is freaking strong, and then it goes into this really awful mid that's just so, I don't know what it is, but as it starts to turn into the mid, you get even more of that pepperiness. And then the lavender, that fresh lavender, and that is, I don't know if I would particularly call it orris, like a typical orris, but it kind of muddles together, mushes together, and just creates this very, very, very old smell. And I don't know what the heck the notes are doing in this, but it turns into, like, the best way that I can describe the mid in this is like an old man, like BO, like a good fat dose of body odor. Not the most pungent body odor, but definitely there, like a little musky, a little stinky, like, you know, you've been out in the sun for a couple hours and you need to go shower, that kind of smell, mixed with an old man in a nursing home, like the skin of an old man, like an elderly man in a nursing home. I saw someone comment on one of my videos that nursing home should be a note listing on Fragrantica. It should, because it is a thing. Oh God, it's just very off-putting. And then in the midst of all of this, it kind of turns a little soapy, pretty soapy, and not in like a good, clean way, more like in a really cheap hand soap kind of way. Not even like a nice body wash, just like a really cheap, like dollar store hand wash. Gosh, it's just so bad. Like, how did they drop the ball this bad? Really, really sharp. Like at this point, it's been what, a couple minutes now. It's like turning straight into soap. That BO lavender, like it just really blew my mind with this fragrance, how quickly it transitions and goes through these different stages. First it's really sweet and okay, and then it turns into really gross BO old man, and now what, we're a couple minutes into the video, it's soap. And I don't know if it's a little bit of that absinthe, but it kind of creates like this licorishness. Like it kind of adds to that old person, like retirement home vibe a little bit, because it doesn't smell boozy. Like that's supposed to be a boozy note, right? But there's nothing boozy about this, I don't think. It just kind of has like a very slight like licorice feeling to it. This might be one of like the worst blended fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. It's too bad I didn't smell this like a week ago when I did my 5 I hate, because this would have made it to the top definitely. In the dry down, it turns into this like really, really powdery, peppery smell. It's really light as well. Like I said, I was really surprised at the performance on this. When I tested it on my skin twice now, I only got maximum 3 hours before it was just basically totally gone. Like I sprayed it on my hand and it's not even there. I sprayed it maybe 4 hours ago. It's gone. It's not there. But at the same time, it's like that horrible, peppery, twitchy feeling in your nose is always there. It's the worst one in the line. Avoid it at all costs. If you're going to get something similar, like, I guess what I would compare it to the most, just in the opening, if you want something that smells kind of like the opening, definitely go for Ultra Male. It's 100 times better. Or even something like Armani Absolute. I actually really love that fragrance as well. Two amazing alternatives to this. Failure. Polo Red Parfum, and I'm sure you guys saw my first reaction when in my short where I smelled it for the first time. That was my genuine first reaction to it. Right when I opened up the box and smelled it for the first time, the reaction said it all. My thoughts on it still stand. I am not happy with this at all. I do not like it. It's a no from me. I'm sorry if there's anyone out there that is passionate about the Polo Red line. Of course, there's always good ones in that line, but anyone that defends this, I'm going to think you're crazy. That's my little mini review of the new Polo Red Parfum. I keep doing this with the bottle. I'm sorry, that's like so annoying. Polo Red Parfum by Ralph Lauren. What a letdown. Much better options out there for you to purchase, to put your money behind. This is just not worth it at all. But I got a lot of requests to review it, so I wanted to make sure to get the video out for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below what you think about the new Parfum and what you think about the line in general. What is your favorite in the line? Because like I said at the beginning, it has like 500 flankers in it. I would love to know which one is your favorite. Yeah, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.